Hello, hello, hello. Hold on, let me turn off the TV. Hello, 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 hello. Everyone, I hope everyone is having a great 4th of July weekend. Ooh, child, let me tell you. Hey, the butt files. Hey, Shakika. There's so much going on in the world. And I want to say this to people. Be careful how you treat people. Be careful how you treat another human being. Be careful when you rely on people, use them, you do mental and physical abuse to people. Be careful. And let me tell you something. You be careful the way you treat a person that only showed you grace. A person that only showed you true, true conditions on what a real friend does. Be careful how you treat those people. When good people continuously allow themselves to be hurt or to think everybody is their friend, in which they're not. And it's unfortunate that people have to think like that. Like now, when they meet people, they don't even trust people anymore because, again, it's some low down, dirty, rotten people out here in the universe. So, and I want to tell anybody, keep being you. Keep being you. You will still receive your blessings. This trial the other day when I had got so upset, and I want to say this to people. Be careful how you treat good people. And some things will trigger people. Trigger people. Be careful. Don't let a person's triggers be pointing a finger at you for the dirty person that you've been, the dirty, rotten scoundrel that you are, and what you did to a person. You never apologize to them. You know, people want to act like everything's okay, and you ain't apologized to the person that you hurt and you lied on. Now, you know, as some of y'all can say, and I want you to remember this, they tried to throw dirt on your name, but you still got flowers growing. And I feel for people that don't want to be around people anymore. They don't trust people. You know, they have turned into hermits because of you dirty people out here. You dirty folks that think it's okay to mistreat people. I want to say, keep your higher power first. Constantly pray to them when your heart has been shattered and destroyed by betrayals of other people. Again, keep your higher power first. Keep your circle tight. Hang with people that you know have the same values as you. I want everybody to know for your Sunday motivation for the content creators. Keep doing your thing. Don't let anybody steal your joy. Let's stop letting evil win. What I want to talk about now is Carnival Cruise Line. Carnival Cruise Line. Lord have mercy. You good old folks. Hold on. Okay, you ghetto savage beast that don't know how to act has had to have Carnival, Carnival Cruise Line rebrand their name. If the shoe fits, wear it. Our people turned Carnival Cruise Line into the ghetto cruise ships. You know, ain't no sense in y'all trying to be all mad and upset. Okay, because my people want to fight, act the fool on the cruise ships. Ghetto fabulous. Ghetto fabulous. Hold up. You know, it's a shame.
What in the carnival is going on here? So we have another fight, a scrabble brawl has recently taken place on board yet another carnival cruise ship that is currently going viral all over the interwebs. We got chairs being thrown, people yelling, and of course fists flying all over the place. It's almost as if here in 2025, even though we are in peak cruise season, I do say that, well, usually around this time, things tend to kind of turn up a little bit. Here in 2025 in particular, people seem a little bit more aggressive than usual. Like Carnival Cruise Line just made some major changes to their very important Fun Person loyalty program. People aren't happy about it to the point to where they want to start moseying and sailing on over the other lines, like ones of the adult variety or the mafia variety. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. Either way, I'm going to show you this video clip of this scrap, and then we'll go over the details, or should I say, maybe some key things to note after.
Okay. Hey, Pam. You know, unfortunately, you know, I can't make this stuff up. Unfortunately, it's a shame that people save their money. They get on a cruise ship, and
Mm. Y'all should never, ever, never wonder why people look at y'all crazy in public. Never. Ah, 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 ah. Hello, everyone. Thank you for stopping by.
hold on.
See, $14.99 a month for a streaming app, and $9.99 a month for a music app, and 12
Hold on.
fucking barbecue. And if you haven't noticed, it's always the same group of people. You know, loud, bonnets, pajamas, big ass eyelashes that flutter. You know, the EBT crowd. I mean, it's gotten so bad that you won't catch me at a Juicy Crab or a Cheesecake Factory or even a McDonald's for that matter, because they turn those places into shooting galleries whenever someone that looks like them look at them wrong. They master the victim card. Everyone's against them. There's oppression everywhere, and it's always the white man's fault, never their own. But let one of them tell it. They would have you believe that the police is the most dangerous thing within their communities. Wrong. You're the most dangerous thing in your community, which is why the police are there in the first place, to stop you from committing genocide against your own people. Look, no one's going to stay silent to this toxic behavior, and you can call me all the Uncle Toms that you want, but the fact that you're calling me that shows me that I'm saying something with facts. And you wonder why most good black people move out of those communities as soon as they reach success. It's because they want more for themselves. And that crab in the barrel mindset is not conducive to prosperity. There is absolutely no accountability in that community. Most of that segment hate accountability. They hate truth. They hate to look at themselves in the mirror because they would have to face the fact that they're causing their own oppression. You also have the Democrat Party to thank for spoon feeding that behavior to a permanent underclass, and you still vote blue, no matter who. But America is tired, and people have grown numb to your constant cry of racism. Everyone's a racist who doesn't agree with you. But meanwhile, you can be bigots to everybody else. But yes, I say it again, black fatigue or ghetto fatigue is real. And it's time that we say something about it. And please, don't waste your time. If it don't apply,
Don't fly. Don't let it fly. That's what he said. Yeah. He spoke a lot of truth. He really did. Blacks are mad and angry. You can't say nothing to them, and if you do,
Okay, hold on.
you're in the wrong always. They're gonna always be a victim, no matter where they go. Whether it's to the mall, on a cruise ship, somewhere in Canada.
Unfortunately, due to the behavior,
Carnival, the Walmart of cruises. The Walmart cruise line. So I personally just got back from a Royal Caribbean cruise. It was the first ever cruise that I have ever been on, and I have to tell you, it was an absolutely wonderful experience. One of the most fascinating things to me, though, was from the moment I stepped onto the ship, all experienced cruisers could talk about was how ghetto Carnival cruises are and why they will never get on a Carnival cruise ship ever again. I'm telling you, it was the hot gossip everywhere. Naturally, I was curious. The moment I got back and the moment I finally had internet again, I went to social media to see what all of the fuss about Carnival Cruise Lines was about. And I gotta say, these videos that I found did not disappoint. We're talking fights breaking out in hallways, dirty cabins that look like they haven't been cleaned in weeks, freaking birds flying through windows. It appears as though Carnival Cruise Line has become the reality show that nobody asked for. And I've also learned that because Carnival Cruise Line is getting such a bad rap for all of this, they are now imposing new rules forbidding things like rap music from the ship. Yeah, they're forbidding rap music from the ship because apparently people are just getting way too turned up or something. But here, I'm going to show you. Let's check these out. It's like, I wish I would have had this experience personally. That is a lot of people. Holy cow, that's wow. I yeah, that's a lot of people on the ship.
Look, y'all, I decided. I think I'll have my time. Indeed. Right? This is the most ghetto cruise. So if y'all going on Carnival and it's the ship Radiant, you know what you're looking for. I gotta say, I think my time with Carnival was over.
I think that says a lot when a black woman she's done. Like and she referred to it also as a ghetto cruise. It's the most ghetto cruise that she's ever been on. And she says, I think I'm done. I think I'm done. I think that says a lot. I think it says a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, yes, we have another one, another fight on the Carnival cruise line. But this time, oh baby, let's talk about it. Now, I came across this information, and it states that I don't know if they're all family, but not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not even 10, but 18 to 19 people I'm counting got off of the for fighting. Now, let me tell you this. They were in the Bahamas. They left them in the Bimini Bahamas.
Hey,
Port. Yes.
hey,
Okay.
Butterwell.
Now, that is crazy. Okay. That means the cruise was so fed up of your BS that you have to go like right now. Get your ish and get off.
I cannot imagine what a group of people would have to have done to get kicked off the ship at a port out of
Hey, cruising is fun.
doing on that ship. Carnival.
Um, it is with deep sadness that Carnival Cruise has to implement new rules because apparently Carnival Cruise Line is now known as the Ghetto Cruise Line. Do I have a problem with them implementing these new rules? Hell no. You folks don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. I'll be darned if I'm gonna spend my hard-earned money. Cause I took my first cruise last year and it was nice and wonderful. Okay. It was beautiful. And we're planning on taking another cruise next year. Things are being put in the works now. Every other year until I leave this earth, I'm gonna try to take a cruise. All right. I'm gonna take a cruise. I've claimed it. But I'll be darned if I wanna go somewhere and I feel like I didn't even leave the house to worry about you you hood Negroes that's on the cruise line where fights gonna break out, chairs flying, everything. So don't be mad at Carnival for want to keep their business going, want to keep their business safe, want to have passengers to actually enjoy a cruise, not go on fights. But you folks, y'all want to take your own Bluetooth speakers on there. Y'all want to not follow the rules. Y'all want to fight. You know. So, y'all don't act right. And stop sugarcoating shit. Y'all, you people don't know how to act when you go somewhere. Yeah. And I don't blame Carnival Cruise Line one bit. One bit. Uh, hold on for one moment, y'all. Hold on.
At the Carnival port is down.
Hold on for one moment. Y'all don't know how to act, can't take you nowhere. You know, regular people like me, I don't need to be traumatized on a cruise ship. Cause everybody ain't ghetto and everybody ain't hood. Okay. I don't need to be traumatized or have younger people or kids traumatized by the ignorant behavior of my people. Y'all hold on for just one moment. Don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere. Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all. I am back. Okay, yeah. So, dude, due to the acts of my people, okay, Carnival, Carnival Cruise Line has had to change their whole itinerary, okay, because of you ignorant folks that want to act like savages. You can't take us anywhere, you know. You know, when you see 4 or 5 of us gathered, you know something getting ready to kick off. They done proved that, okay? And then they wonder, they wonder why people say, I didn't come on this cruise ship for this ghetto fabulous behavior. People that have saved their money, they want to go have a nice time. They didn't come on there to hear y'all blasting rap music through your Bluetooth speakers, okay? They didn't come on the cruise ship to just hear y'all music blasting all night. They don't come on the cruise ship to look at y'all fight and throw chairs. They don't come on the cruise ship. So, hold on. People don't.
Hey guys, I'll do an install.
People don't save their money up. Hold on.
Oh, they racist. They hate black people. No, they hate niggas. That's what they do. That's exactly what it is. Hey, y'all don't know how to handle yourselves. Y'all get on here, get drunk, fight, be disruptive, disturbing all the other passengers. That's all it is. Like y'all have no fucking home training. Like, don't have to be a party. Some people pay for this shit just to simply relax. That's it. That's all they want to do is relax. They don't want to deal with no bullshit. They don't want to deal with motherfuckers who don't know how to control their liquor. All that shit. Some people just don't want to deal with that shit. And if I spend my money, especially if I book the cruise, if book the cruise is late, you spend a pretty penny. $3,000. You book it early, spend about $1,000, $1,200. But either way it go, I spend my money to relax. This is my getaway from what's going on in the real fucking world. And I can deal with you motherfuckers hating it. Yeah. I'm with all the rules. They know all this shit. And it's not for y'all fucking kids. Enough of this shit. We grown. Grown motherfuckers are paying to get away from kids. Damn, we went for the kids. A Carnival Cruise Line has officially put forth a new set of rules, and let's get into it. As you see in the cruise, we have new Carnival rules effective June 2025. Let's go through each rule and give you my understanding. First, we have a teen curfew. Guests under 18 must follow a 1 a.m. curfew in public areas unless accompanied by an adult age 21. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory. I think this is a good rule. 1 a.m. still gives you a little bit of time if you're under 18. And I mean, if you're really like 14, 15, you shouldn't be out at 1 a.m. anyway. But if you're 17, 18 on a cruise, you still got a little bit of leeway there. So, I mean, I think that's pretty fair. Age policy. Solo cruisers must be 21 plus or sail with someone 25 plus. Teens aged 18 to 20 must be booked with a guardian. Again, you will already see with this policy, they're trying to go after kind of the younger demographic. So it kind of gets me to believe that this is where they believe a lot of the disruption is coming from. They have a fan ban. Folding clack fans are no longer allowed in nightclubs and indoor dance floors for safety reasons. Battery-powered fans are still allowed. So what they're saying with this fan ban is people are using these things as a weapon when altercation, when fights broke out on these Carnival Cruise Line, on these Carnival cruises. So the fan.
Now did y'all hear that? You know the fans, and I'm so sick of hearing that. You know, instead of y'all popping the fans doing a great line dance, y'all want to fight with the fans. Lord have mercy. Father, forgive them, for they are so ignorant. You can't take them anywhere.
Fans have been completely banned. You can still use a battery power fan. They're still allowed. We have the pool chair rule. Leaving your chair unattended for over 40 minutes, the crew may remove your belongings to free up space. This immediately reminds me of if you live in an area where there's like predominantly a lot of row homes, so you don't have a driveway or garage to park your car, and it's snowing, and you dig out your spot, you put that cone and chair in this spot, and now just a week later, the snow that dried up and melted, and you're still trying to put that cone out there. This is the first thing I thought about with this pool chair rule. Someone to come out there and put their blanket on there, get out there early, get a chair, and then think that they're going to be entitled to that chair for the whole rest of the day. That would not be the case anymore on Carnival Cruise Lines. And then it says behavior equals consequences.
Disruptive guests can be removed without a refund and may be fined up to $5,000. So those who are getting too drunk and acting disorderly, fighting, just acting, with no class or no type of tact, you can be removed from the ship without a refund and face a fine up to $5,000. Boarding requirements: check in online by midnight before sailing. Be prepared to come relax and enjoy your cruise. It's really sad that they even had to come out with these new list of cruise rules to sail on Carnival Cruise Lines. But as you can see from the several videos that I've done, this is an ongoing problem, and Carnival is trying to attack it head on. Now let's get some opinions from some others across social media on this new rule change.
You're gonna be mad, but I don't mind the new carnival rules. I especially like the teenagers, but the curfew rules because I'm the old lady and it's old lady behavior, and I own it. Old lady behavior is we don't want teenagers running around a cruise ship while we're trying to throw a vacation at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Sorry, it's old lady behavior, but that's what I need. But yeah, it still seems to have a curfew. I have to say that I do like if it's of course the pool lounge chairs thing. Love it. Because we all know that's not young people. Young people are not waking up at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning and putting all their million bags and they're like, what is that bag? The bog bag and the a million Stanley cups and holding on to chairs for the entire day. That's not young people. We know that. We know who that is. But I'm glad and I'm going to be looking out for those stickers. And I wish that they would give you like onboard credit. I even take $5 onboard credit to chill on chairs. Because sometimes you're just in and you just want to sit down. Like I know for me, I don't want to spend the entire day out there, but I wanted to spend an hour or two and have that option and give somebody else an option to spend an hour or two. While somebody's over here putting out a double shift on these chairs. Knock it off.
You know, it's unfortunate that you can't take our people. No doggone where. You can't take them nowhere.
Carnival Cruise Line after getting into a fight. The video from Saturday appears to show a group of people. You see them here shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and has been turned over to law enforcement. 24 people are now banned from sailing with Carnival Cruise Line after getting into a fight. The video from Saturday appears to show a group of people. You see them shoving each other while disembarking a ship inside of a terminal in Galveston. You can see people being pushed to the ground. In a statement to NBC News, Carnival says this happened in an area under the authority of U.S. Customs and Border Patrol and has been turned over.
You can't take our people nowhere. And so now y'all want to be mad. Y'all want to be mad.
Ships continue to experience lots of fights going over to the year 2025. However, here's the solutions on how to cut down fighting on cruise ships by 90%.
Ever since the pandemic, there's been a rise in people hopping on cruise ships, especially Carnival cruises. And because Carnival is especially affordable, you already know what kind of crowd that's going to attract. Now, for context, when I say affordable, I mean cheap. A family of four can take a cruise.
Now that's a doggone shame that people that have saved up their money, Carnival Cruise has made it affordable for people to get out here and enjoy taking a cruise. And y'all done ruined it. You know, coming up in my era, we always wanted to go to Disneyland or Disney World, but it was so expensive. So expensive. So Carnival Cruise made life easier for people to be able to afford a cruise, go have a nice time, eat all the food. I took my first cruise last year, and when I tell you I was hooked, the entertainment, and it rained, and we had one good night uh, where, what did we have, a 90s night? Because my cousin, we would run DMC. But it was just so nice. But unfortunately, you know, you can take them out the neighborhood, but you can't take the hood out of them. Unfortunately, Carnival Cruise Line had to implement some new rules because you folks don't know how to act. Y'all don't know how to act. Can you imagine? And, and, and I know I shouldn't laugh, but I'm sitting here thinking, now this was my first cruise last year. Now I'm already terrified because I don't know how to swim. And I'm out there and I really didn't feel the ship move that much. So I'm already terrified because I don't know how to swim. I finally, at the age of 62, finally took my first cruise. You know, I took the motion sickness pills and all of that. And if I would have had my people break out in a fight, I probably would still be having panic attacks. Panic attacks. You out there on water, no man's land, and you got my ignorant people, not all of y'all, but the ones that this applied to, y'all acting a plump doggone fool out there on the water and fearful. You don't know, people might throw you overboard or something. You can't make this stuff up. And y'all want to be mad because they trying to implement some rules. Because some of y'all folks, you can't take y'all nowhere and y'all don't know how to act. Okay, we're going to keep this 100. Ain't no sense in sugarcoating. Some of y'all don't know how to act. Some of y'all ain't had no home training. Then your little kids, little poo poo and little juju, they just as disrespectful as the parents are. But see, y'all don't want nobody to tell your kids nothing.
The carnival for as little as 1,000 to 1,200 total. That's lodging, food, and all you can eat drink foolishness on the open sea. It's practically a stimulus check vacation, and you can tell by the behavior on board. To put this in perspective, Carnival cruises are basically the spirit airline of the ocean. And we all know how dysfunctional people act on spirit, specifically Black people. It's always the same crowd, the same mindset, which leads to the same outcome. The only difference is now it's floating. So because these cruises are so cheap and they pack thousands of people on board with discount prices, what type of behavior do you think you're going to get? And to be honest, I really do feel bad for the white families that are on these ships because I know it's not them behaving like this. I know Carnival was probably trying to attract Black and white families who couldn't afford the luxury cruise line. So they tried to market to lower income families. But anytime you try to help lower income Americans, that includes lower income Black people, which unfortunately means you also have to deal with lower income Black behavior. And let's be honest, it's not attracting peaceful families looking for ocean views and quiet getaways. It's attracting the exact opposite. Black people who treat the ship and the deck like it is a backyard cookout. And you know what? A lot of people probably do go on these cruises just trying to have fun, and that's fine. However, the problem is alcohol. And more importantly, a complete lack of self-control. People don't know how to drink like adults. They don't know how to act in public, and they don't have any regard for anyone around them. The screaming, the fighting, the twerking next to toddlers, it's not just embarrassing. It's dangerous. You're in the middle of the ocean and you're turning the boat into a circus. You're disrupting other people who paid their money to be there. It is absolutely disgusting. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Carmen JC. Make sure you guys hit the like button and let's get into this hot ghetto mess. Let's get into it. Like I said earlier, Carnival Cruise is basically Spirit Airlines on water. And when you price your tickets that low, you're not just opening the door for budgeted travelers, you're inviting dysfunction. Cheap cruises equal cheap behavior, period. Let's stop pretending like we don't see what's happening. The truth is, too many people in the Black community don't know how to behave in large groups. And I'm not going to sugarcoat that just to be politically correct. We can say it's the system, we can blame poverty, we can throw every excuse in the book at it. However, at the end of the day, it's behavior. And behavior is a choice. Because let's be honest, when it's a holiday weekend, a block party, or a family function in a Black community, there's always a chance somebody gets shot, jumped, arrested. There's going to be some type of trauma. And that's not me hating on Black people. That's me telling it how it is. So I'm not surprised when the same behavior shows up at the airport, the cruise terminal, or at Walmart, because this is what happened every day in the Black community. When dysfunction gets normalized, it follows you, and even on vacation. In fact, let's take it a step further. As soon as something becomes trendy with Black folks, it turns into a disaster. I don't care if it's Lululemon or Carnival Cruises. The moment it gets hot in the culture, Houston, we have a problem. But here's the hard truth. It's not just Black people as a whole. It is a certain group of people within the culture who consistently ruin everything they touch. They bring chaos, they bring drama, and then they cry victim when it all falls apart.
And report when you
So, you know, the sad thing about this, that, you know, we just look a plumb mess. We look a plumb mess. We ghetto fabulous, you know, 'cause you can't tell my people nothing. Like I say, this starts with stuff at home. Nobody addresses nobody, you know. So they think it's normal behavior. You know, every time y'all get together, somebody's got to get drunk and they got to have a fight, you know, because that's what some of y'all used to, because nobody addresses that you're not going to be invited to the cookouts no more because you ignorant when you drink. You want to fight and we tired of it. But nobody addresses nobody in Black families. You know, every time somebody, they get together, they get drunk, and they want to act a fool, cuss people out, want to throw them out their house, and all of this other kind of stuff. But nobody addresses it. You ignorant and you low down. But we don't address this. We just say, oh, that's just how they is. And so now this ignorant ass behavior that is displayed from the community to the homes, the now went on Carnival Cruise Line, and it's a doggone shame that they have had to change their rules because my folks don't know how to act. Don't know how to act.
Everybody may not agree to this, but it is what it is. I do not blame Carnival for the new rules that they are enforcing, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because so many people are going, the young adults, the young adults, they going on here and they showing their beer. And I get y'all want to have fun, y'all want to turn up, y'all want to enjoy yourself, but you have if you cannot handle your alcohol or you reside, you don't need to be on that cruise ship because it's supposed to be like a family thing. Number one, it's all type of people on these cruise ships. It's children on there, and the videos that I see that people be posting, have to be funny, have to be fun, everybody turning up, dancing. But it's the ignorance, and that's exactly what people are breeding in these cruise ships. They act stupid. They act like they don't know how to conduct themselves. So I don't.
That's the biggest thing. See, that's the part that people don't have a conversation about. Because it will force black people in particular to have accountability or take accountability and responsibility. But
There are the key words that I've been talking about, that I always talk about. Accountability. We make, we don't hold nobody accountable. We still go along with this boo-boo the fool type of behavior. You can't, we can't address anything. Or y'all want to wake up in the morning and act like nothing happened. No, something happened. You got drunk. You cursed me out. You want to throw me out of your house or out of your room. You drunk. You don't know how to act. Okay? You don't know how to act. And we don't hold anybody accountable. And I don't put up with this stuff anymore. I don't want nobody around me that the minute you alcohol, that feel like they can do or say anything to anybody. And it's unfortunate that we don't hold nobody accountable. I tried to. Nobody wants to address the elephant in the room. Nobody is gonna say, you wrong, you should. But not my people. No, we ain't holding nobody accountable. But you got so much to say about other stuff, but you're not looking at self. Accountability. And like I say, little Juju and little Foo-Foo, they seeing this type of behavior and they think it's normal. And then the adults can't say anything to little Juju and Poo-Poo, because y'all don't want nobody to tell y'all kids nothing, you know. And so they have no respect for anybody. Anybody. No respect for anybody. And it's a shame that this cruise line didn't have to change their rules because, my people just don't know how to act. Being out at sea, it's supposed to be a great experience. My first cruise was comedy shows, amateur karaoke, dancing, all types of entertainment. on the cruise ships. Very nice, very relaxing. Even though it rained a lot, but I still made fun. I still had fun. I made my way. I learned that cruise ship. And like I say, I was hooked. But because my folks are so ignorant and don't know how to act, you know, we get off fabulous. And it is what it is. And so, and don't get this twisted. There are people with bad behavior of all races. Okay? Bad behavior, you know. And if I got young kids, I don't want my young kids looking at some woman twerking and stuff. Grandkids. Who is it? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. What's up? Mm. How many? Five. Okay. Okay. Let me call him. I'm going to call him right now. I'm going to call him right now. Yep. No, I don't have your number. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. But Lord have mercy on these people. So, you know. Lord have mercy on these people. So, on these people. So, anyway, if y'all can please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. So anyway, and I just share and subscribe button. So my people, you can't take us anywhere. You can't take us anywhere. It is what it is. My people, hold on. You can't take us anywhere. You can't take us anywhere. It is what it is. Okay. You know, you can't take us anywhere. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I am not mad at the airline. I mean, the cruise line. I am not mad. I am not mad at all. I am not mad at all. Today is Sunday. I'm having a beautiful day. Uh, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. And please do not get this. Don't get this twisted. I do not. I don't like talking about things that my people do. But we got to face the reality. This is how they act. This is how some of them act. This is how people of all colors act when they get drunk. They get ignorant. Ignorant. A lot of them, they can't control. They can't control their alcohol. They can't control their alcohol. You know, you can't tell us nothing. And a lot of us are just freaking ghetto fabulous. That's all that I can say. You know, don't be mad at me. No, there's no accountability in the black race, in the black culture, in the black families. This is why we've got these generational curses still going on. No. This is why. This is why I've been staying in allergy. Up, y'all. Hey, Pam. Hmm. 15 minutes. 15 minutes. Okay. I'll come knock on your door. Okay. Hmm?
In about 15 minutes, she's gonna be calling.
Oh, okay. All right. So, thank you, Pam. Yeah, God keeps blessing me every day. He keeps blessing me every day. No worries. I get blessings. Food costs too much. You know, I get a blessing. Yeah. Sometimes you can get a blessing with a link card. Sometimes you can get a blessing. Well, well. mm, mm. But anyway, since my people, y'all want to act like the wild savages that you are with no home training. This is a result of us not holding anybody accountable. Okay? Mm. Well, so hopefully Carnival will not raise their prices. Hopefully Carnival will still make it affordable for people to take cruises, making dreams come true, being able to take their cruise, their first cruise, their second cruise, their third cruise, and not have to worry about the hood being on the ship. Yeah, a fight breaking out to be fearful for your life. So don't be mad at Carnival Cruise because some of our people don't know how to act. Sorry, not sorry. Some of them don't know how to act, can't tell them nothing, and it is what it is. This is the result of nobody being held accountable. So, peace to everybody. Thank goodness that Carnival Cruise Line has decided to make changes. And again, our races at Ghetto Fabulous, all races don't know how to handle their alcohol. But it just seems like our race is known for the Ghetto Fabulous behavior. Nobody should be on a cruise ship living in fear. Nobody. 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 So this is April Showers. Thank y'all for joining me today. Bye.